The most obvious thing about this stove, which makes it stand out, is that it has the built-in broiler and grill. This you can use at the same time. I do sometimes use it to cook bacon and pancakes at the same time. This is fully removable and can be cleaned. The top plate removes, the bottom plate removes where you can cook steaks, bacon, anything you really want to broil. The other thing that stands out, and might not be so obvious, but stands out from other stoves, is the oven. It doesn't have any airflow for the oven. It's fully enclosed and sealed shut. This makes the best sourdough bread because it retains the moisture and does really well for even heat. The oven actually retains heat hours after you turn it off. So with the cookbook, it comes with a famous cookbook, The Idle Hour, and there's plenty of recipes there where it tells you how to cook with the gas off with the retained heat. Another cool little feature on top is the pilot light, and you can use this to melt butter or keep my coffee hot. So I like to put my French press on here to keep my coffee hot throughout the day. This is another feature that you might have noticed. It's the well. I use it to make popcorn, but there is a whole chapter in the cookbook that goes over everything you can cook in here. Soups, stews, pretty much any vegetables. I love the well. I just don't use it that much. Now, since I have the most question about cleaning, I'm going to go over how I clean the stove. Every single piece of this stove comes off except the top chrome piece and the sides. Everything comes off. All the pieces that you see that are not chrome come out. Even the burners come off, the rings, the drip trays, every part of the broiler and grill comes apart except the bit that holds the flame and the gas lines. The oven looking thing to the right hand side here is actually a pantry, and that stays really dry in there. So when this stove was designed, people would put grains and stuff in there. I use it to store my bread oven in there because it fits in there perfectly. Here you can see I had duct tape on it. That's just because my son likes to open it, and I find that annoying, so I put some duct tape on it. Everything goes back in its place. It's super easy to put back together. This looks like it might be tedious to do, but it's so much easier taking these small parts and putting them in soapy water than it is to have a gas top which has the huge heavy cast iron grates that you can't fit in the sink, and they just don't ever feel clean. I can fully submerge this in hot soapy water and get all the grease and grime off of these, and it's just so easy to clean, put back. These pieces are 80 years old, so they don't look perfect. They have some wear on them, but they held up for 80 years, and I think they look amazing still. And once I'm done all that, I'm going to relight the pilot light. I don't clean the stove like this every time I clean it. Normally I just wipe it down and take some of the parts off, but when I'm doing a deep clean, I'll turn the pilot light off, wait for the oven to just cool off, and I'll clean every piece of it in the sink. Now, my stove is a great example of how nice this stove can be for 80 years old. It's not fully renovated. This is original. It's had a few touch-ups, a few new